Wait a second, did Kirsten just share some surprising details about her split with Chance? Word is she's opened up about what went down, and there's talk that trust issues might have been a big part of it. And Chance? Looks like he's not staying quiet either, which is bringing even more to the table. Let's dive into what really happened behind closed doors during their marriage. So, Kirsten Corley made a big decision and filed to separate from Chance the Rapper on December 13th, bringing their marriage to an end after being together for quite a while. It's a tough step, especially since so many people admired their relationship. But honestly, this didn't come out of nowhere. Back in April, Kirsten and Chance shared on Instagram that they decided to part ways. They mentioned spending some time apart and felt it was best to move forward separately. They said they were grateful for the time they shared and ended things on a positive note. They mentioned they're committed to co-parenting their daughters, Kensley and Marley, and that family will always come first. Sounds pretty smooth, right? But here's the thing. Kirsten filed for divorce months after their initial announcement, which has some people wondering, were they trying to work things out during that time? Or maybe there were some unresolved challenges along the way. And that's not all. Unlike some big breakups, Kirsten's filing has been pretty quiet. No word yet on whether she mentioned the usual reasons or something more specific. There's also no info about things like a prenup or spousal support. Naturally, the mystery has people wondering what might have happened. Even though they're calling it amicable, the fact that there's an 8-month gap between their separation and the filing makes you think there's more going on. But before we jump to conclusions, let's rewind and look at how their story started, because for a while it really did feel like a fairy tale. Chance and Kirsten's love story officially began in 2013, but they actually crossed paths way before that. It was at one of his mom's office parties years ago, where Kirsten was dancing with her friends to a Destiny's Child song. Chance remembers being totally captivated, thinking she was the coolest and prettiest person in the room. Fast forward, and years later they reconnected, fell in love, and now they're happily married. Chance's dad nudged him to go dance with the girls, but Chance, who'd already shown off his moves at a few school competitions, decided to sit this one out. He had someone particular on his mind, and even though they didn't end up talking that day, it was a moment that stuck with him. It wasn't until years later that they finally got to know each other. Jump to 2012, and they ran into each other again at a film festival in Austin, Texas. By the time they were back in Chicago, there was definitely a connection, and things took off from there. By 2019, they got married in a gorgeous ceremony at Pelican Hill Resort in Newport Beach, California, surrounded by friends and familiar faces like Kim Kardashian and Dave Chappelle. It was everything you'd imagine, beautiful, full of love, and totally magical. Fans couldn't get enough, and Chance made it clear just how much Kirsten meant to him by sharing their story through his music and in the way he talked about her. Here's the thing. Sometimes even the best love stories don't go exactly as planned. Their wedding felt like the start of something lasting, but over time, little issues started to pop up. On the surface, Chance and Kirsten seemed like the perfect pair, but it turns out their relationship was a bit more complex than it seemed. Thinking back, maybe there were signs that things weren't as perfect as they looked. One of the first clues was something Chance shared in a 2019 interview on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. He mentioned that it was Offset who gave him the nudge to propose to Kirsten. Funny enough, that's the same Offset who's had his own relationship ups and downs with Cardi B. Don't get me wrong, advice from friends can definitely mean a lot. But looking back, this whole situation raises some interesting questions. Offset's had his fair share of drama with cheating rumors and other public issues, which have caused some trouble in his own marriage. And now, hearing about similar things being said about Chance and Kirsten, well, it does make you think. Chance and Offset are close. They hang out and probably run in the same circles. Could Offset's behavior have influenced how things went down in Chance's relationship? I mean, if your close friend is known for some messy habits, it's not too far-fetched to think those patterns might rub off, or at least set the vibe in some way. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Kirsten might have filed for divorce in December, but it turns out they had been drifting apart long before that. It seems like their issues had been building up for quite a while. And if Chance's close bond with Offset wasn't already raising questions, the whole situation with his online activity definitely got people talking. A while back, Chance started trending online when people noticed he had supposedly liked a post from an account sharing adult content. The post included options for different types of videos and links, and once social media caught on, things got pretty wild. Some people stood up for him, saying he could like whatever he wanted, while others unfortunately used the moment to share some pretty harsh and negative opinions. A lot of the drama ended up being directed at Chance's wife, Kirsten Corley, who got dragged into the mess. But Kirsten didn't waste any time stepping in to defend him and shut down the rumors. She hopped on social media and brushed off the whole thing, saying it was just an accidental like. She mentioned they'd been out celebrating late and mistakes happen, but she didn't just stop there. Kirsten clapped back at the people coming for her, making it clear she wasn't here for the negativity. Her response showed how much she's willing to stand up for her husband, even when the situation wasn't great. Some people felt bad for Kirsten, saying it seemed like she was carrying a lot of the weight in their relationship. And if the whole situation wasn't wild enough, there was even more buzz when Chance got caught in an awkward moment during a trip to Jamaica. Back in April 2023, Chance ended up in the middle of some unexpected online drama. While celebrating at Carnival in Jamaica, a video popped up showing him dancing pretty closely with model Mela Mills, who was rocking a bold carnival outfit. Let's just say the dance moves were a little more playful than some fans were expecting. In the video, Chance looked like he was having the time of his life at the party, totally vibing with the energy. He was dancing shirtless, super confident and into the moment, while Mela was right there, matching his energy with her own fun moves. At one point, he gave her a friendly tap on the back while they were dancing, just adding to the playful vibe. The whole thing was carefree and full of high energy, which naturally got a lot of attention online. That said, some people couldn't help but wonder about his wife, Kirsten. Since it was his birthday party, some thought she might show up too, but her not being in the video had people talking. The fun and lively moment definitely sparked some buzz and got folks chatting about the celebration and Chance's personal life. Rumors started flying when Chance headed to Jamaica, and people couldn't help but notice Kirsten wasn't there for the celebration. Fans started wondering if her absence meant more than just a scheduling conflict. After all, why wouldn't she join him for such a big moment if everything was fine? Some even suggested that Chance's vibe during Carnival seemed a little too carefree, like someone who wasn't too worried about consequences. And apparently, the Carnival clip might just be the latest chapter in a series of ups and downs between them. At first, Chance's team tried to smooth things over. His rep said everything was fine, explaining that everyone has their ups and downs, but they were doing okay. Still, people weren't totally convinced, and honestly, Kirsten's Instagram post after the Carnival situation pretty much said it all. Not long after, Kirsten posted a thoughtful message on social media about how personal growth can be tough, and how some people go through life without really changing. She talked about the importance of choosing to grow and mature in a meaningful way. Her words struck a chord with a lot of people and sparked conversations about life, relationships, and self-improvement. Some wondered if her post was related to the video or just a general reflection, but either way, it definitely got people thinking. It wasn't too hard to figure out who Kirsten was talking about. The timing of her post, right after all the Carnival drama, made it pretty clear she was hinting at Chance. Everyone saw the tension between them earlier, Chance being his usual overconfident self, and Kirsten clearly getting tired of it. Her vague comment didn't leave much to the imagination, especially with everything that went down that day. What's your take on all this? Drop your thoughts below and be sure to check out the next video.